What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Matthias Fancast. Today we'll be talking about, Overkill and Matthias. We also have some high five news. So Asher, let's start with some high five news. So on Get Good Gaming's YouTube story, they said they have some big plans, maybe some new channels, so we will be seeing that maybe within the next month or two. We'll probably see a new gaming channel, which could be with just Paul and Connor, and then also with maybe something else with Gigi.
Maybe like High Five Gaming.
Yeah, like maybe High Five Gaming, so like anybody is really on it. Or, all that. After, do you have any news?
So I made a Matthias sizzle reeler, kind of like the Key series, kind of like a video trailer thingy, recapping everything that's happened. We put it on the Reddit, everybody likes it, so that's good. So yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
So I was going through Matthias's description on the new video, and I saw that Matthias had a place, a website called like Nolt or something like that you can put in video ideas, and Matthias will see them and might do those videos ideas. So one that I found, or one that I put in, is that an Overkill overnight video, where the Overkill crew goes and does an overnight video with Overkill and Megadesk and Underkill and Minidesk, or Mini Hole. And that already has 5 upvotes. So yeah.
Nice, yeah. He's had no since I think like July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're kind of late to the game, but hey.
No, I knew about it before.
You just now put it in.
Yeah. Because I had the idea.
Cool. They probably won't be doing that, or for Overkill, yeah, but for Matthias, it's just gonna be the Key series.
Yeah, but that's why I said the Overkill.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the Overkill video of this week. This is my favorite Overkill video that has come out. It's so funny. It is, what does Markiplier taste like? So in this, they basically tried a bunch of like custom candies. They got some custom Oreos, got a custom packaged Skittles, some like freeze-dried sour Skittles, like some stuff like that. So Asher, what did you think about this video?
I very much enjoyed this video. I really like custom food. I think that's really, really cool. And this video was absolutely incredible. I very much enjoyed it. And yeah, probably my favorite Overkill video so far.
Nice. What was your favorite part of it?
I would say the custom Oreos, like when Matthias did it and then showed it to Matt.
Yeah.
That was
You mean Tanner?
Yeah. Oh, Underkill.
Underkill and Overkill. Yeah. My favorite part was when Tanner was trying the Matthias and Markiplier Oreos. They had that music in there. Tanner was trying them. Just the way Tanner tried them was the funniest thing ever.
Definitely. I think the sound effects, amazing. Great job editing. Whoever does the editing.
Overkill, I would say, is one of the best channels ever. Because they're so obscure.
Yeah.
Especially with the titles.
Mm-hmm. The titles and thumbnails are just so good.
The titles, thumbnails, even the content, it's all it's pretty much all raw footage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is
memed up.
Yeah, just super memed up, and it's amazing. It's some of the funniest stuff ever. What was your least favorite part of this video?
I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Okay, that's a correct answer, because this video was amazing and there was no wrong answers. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's not a least favorite part you can have.
No.
Yeah.
I like when Hoverkill. That's the first appearance of Hoverkill on the channel.
Yes, we got to see Hoverkill.
Yeah.
Which is
great video.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. What would you rate it?
I'd rate it a 10 out of 10.
Nice. I would rate it 10.1 out of 10 because I'm overkill.
Wow.
But yeah, that's it for the overkill. I feel like we'll be getting around one overkill video a week.
Mm-hmm. For at least now.
For at least now. Maybe, well, probably for like the whole time because, Tanner lives in Vegas, has to drive up, so like shooting days are limited.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's get into the Matthias. So yeah, we're gonna do our usual thing where we just, say the video titles, what we would rate it, and then we will talk about, the our theories and stuff like that. So the first video is a trailer. Tomorrow we call him. What did you think about this trailer, and what would you rate it, Asher?
I think this was a good trailer, and I would rate it a solid 9 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed this trailer. I thought it was really good. I definitely like the other one better, but this was good. I'd rate it a 9 out of 10 too.
Nice.
We called our stalker. We heard his voice. What would you rate this?
I would rate that video, I'd say a 9 out of 10. Or
Okay.
not a 9. I'd say a 9.5.
Nice. I would rate it a 9.5 too. Another trailer. Someone contacted us. What did you think of this trailer?
I liked it. I'd rate it a 9.5.
Me too, 9.5. And an undercover officer contacted us.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yes, it was a great video. So yeah, we have those. Starting off with the first one we call our stalker. I will be reading from the description about what happens, just so we know everything. Now knowing that the interceptor has been rerouting and blocking their calls to the police all this time, it opens up a whole can of worms with the team, especially when it comes to once again theorizing about this Cyphus character and his connection with where the studio is itself. After some heavy deliberation, they decide to take matters into their own hands and go forward with giving him a taste of his own medicine by calling him back. Whether or not this is the man they're looking for, or if they should be calling him, remains to be seen. And the next one, which is an undercover officer, contacted us. Something different this way comes, and it's in a form of a possible ally, one that might have crossed paths with the soccer before. The team is surprised one day with a mysterious email with an even more mysterious purpose. This is the new player, and what info might he have that's been hidden from the team for so long? Will he give some clear answers or just open up new ones in the wake of his presence? So, okay, Asher, let's just start off with we called the soccer. What did you think about this video? Like parts liked and all that stuff.
I think
theories.
This video felt definitely really fake to me. Just some things about it. Them not doing Cyphus 590 as the passcode, I'd say, like the first one, because the hint was 590.
Yeah.
They should have Cyphus 590. So yeah, I think
because the Cyphus 590 was even on the paper that they were looking at. That was on the password that they tried.
Yeah, so I feel like that felt really fake. Like, oh my gosh, we didn't know. That kind of thing. But yeah, I think, didn't really, kind of felt fake. They didn't, Matthias didn't hold the mic up to the phone so that people could hear it, hear the voice, which is also very sus.
Why is that?
Usually when they call somebody or whatever, they'd hold the mic, definitely, maybe not in the first one, but on the second one, when he called the second time, why did he not hold the mic?
Well, because they probably just weren't sure if it was gonna, they could, I don't know, but it could have been, they probably just wanted to be safe about it and be like, what if it's not even that person and we're just calling, like, not calling the same person, but, like, that's like the
And
phone number?
yeah,
Yeah, but then they would have to then they couldn't show any of that, and then people would be like, "Why didn't you show us that?"
mhm. Yeah, I think I don't know. Well, no, they could have edited the audio out, not like that anything.
Yeah, but
Like,
that would've just been really difficult too, probably.
no, I think I don't know. It's definitely sus to me. That was at least, and yeah, I think that this video definitely felt sus. It was a good video. A lot happened, but I don't know. There's just some missing pieces and stuff like that.
Like, what other missing pieces?
I don't know. I think it just the feel wasn't right. Something about it. They were getting after Woods, or Sam and Matthias were getting after Woods. Not that it's a bad, but I just kind of noticed that.
Like, about, like, the 911?
Yeah, that, and then other things or whatever.
Like what? Like,
No, it just felt off. I don't know. I feel like it just felt like acting to me. That like this video definitely all felt like they were all acting. And it feels more and more down this path that they're just acting instead of actually genuine stuff, like genuine reactions like they had before.
Well, so maybe there's they're acting, but that's just to make, like, because, like, maybe their actual reactions would be just, like, not as, like, surprised, or,
Mhm,
but, like, not as, like, enthusiastic.
mhm,
So they're kinda making it more enthusiastic just so, like, they can get the point across.
mhm.
That
Yeah,
would be
definitely.
my guess for that.
Yeah.
Like, just so, like, it seems like, because, like, let's say their genuine reactions, like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy," but, like, they're not like, "Oh my gosh," like, "Oh my gosh." They're just like, "Oh my gosh, that's super crazy," and then they upload that, and people are gonna be like, "Why are your reactions so dulled down? That just happened." Like,
Mhm,
why would you be more surprised about that? So
mhm.
they've decided, like, let's just react a little bit more to it than what we would usually. And that's why it feels a lot like acting, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, so I think, not the best video, not the worst video. Yeah. What did you think about it?
It was an okay, very short,
Hmm. Yeah.
only 17 minutes. But the next video definitely redeemed it for this week.
Mhm,
This one was like an okay video, definitely not the best video of the
mhm,
week, we know. The other one's way better. This was like, I could definitely see, like, it just wasn't as suspenseful, I feel
mhm.
like.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like it
It
wasn't
was very
as
dull.
yeah, it wasn't as like because like they were calling him like whoa, like that's on paper it would have felt like better, but I feel like what I was going back to like for their they just something was off in them, like just didn't really feel like the vibe wasn't really right, like it usually is in
Yeah.
past. But yeah,
But yeah, do you have any, like, theories about, the interceptor or stuff like that?
uh, well, so in and we can talk about it a little bit more, but there's something to the interceptor. It goes somewhere, which I would have my first thing when they disconnected the wire was to see where the um like the
No,
actual
but they just disconnected the camera.
or yeah, that's what I meant. Like when they did that, my thing before even opening up the box would be to try to disconnect the wires, or like because I guess they turned off the power to it, so it wouldn't.
Wait, they never turned off the power to it?
Yeah, they did in the second call. Remember when they called him a second
Oh,
time?
yeah, no, like, they turned off the actual, like, interceptor piece.
Yeah. So I would do like before they called him a second time, I would have probably like if they turned it off, my instinct was just
No, they never turned it off.
yeah, they did. They didn't do it on camera, but they turned it off.
So yeah, just checked right now. They actually so they have not like actually turned it off, at least from what we know.
Yeah, they probably did now.
Yeah, by now they definitely have, like, at this time, definitely. But but I definitely like. So what do you think? Like, what's your theory? Like, do you have any theories about the case, the redirections, or anything like that?
Well, we know that there's something under the phone
Yes.
from the trailer, or kind of like the next time from the most recent video. There's like some kind of red number. It looks like a bomb.
It's not. I saw a Reddit post about that.
Yeah,
it looks like a bomb, but it's not. It's like a timer for like when it wipes. Like so it wipes like from the information it gathers for like let's say an hour. Let's say it gathers information for an hour, and that information that it gathered in that hour is then sent like to somewhere and then is wiped from that. So they can't track what has been kept and stuff like that. So that's probably what that is. It's just a timer for that. Because in the comments of the most recent one, Matt said, everybody's fine, don't worry, and stuff like that. But yeah, let's move on to the next video, which is an undercover officer contacted us. So Asher, well, like, what did you think?
I don't think he's an officer, right? He just is investigating it, but he never said that he's an officer or anything like that.
Yeah, but they're assuming that he is.
Yeah, so a little bit of clickbait.
And no, it's not really, because that's their theory. They believe that he's an undercover officer.
Well, for the case, he's an ex-officer. Or whatever.
But he's still an officer, though.
He might not be.
Yeah, but their theory is that he's an officer, but he's trying to keep his identity hidden so he wouldn't be, taken, like, not taken away, but like stopped.
But yeah, I think from what we know, there's more. It's more of a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
More, I don't know, scary, more of a mystery than we thought, or at least from what he says, let's just say D, from what he said, that's, like, all this stuff, like, there's more to come, so I think, first, I think he's the D that sent him the thingy, or like the chip, the safe that had the chip. Like, I think there's a pretty good chance that they did. Just because he probably was investigating it at either, I don't know, somewhere, whether he's an officer or not. He was probably investigating that case and then stumbled on evidence that he's had for a while, but then just sent to him.
Yeah.
Or sent by 5. So that's probably what the case in the chip is.
Yeah. So, I remember the first time watching it, like, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's probably D. Like, before they even talked about it, because Sam did say, what if this is D? But like, even before that, like, first 5 minutes, I was like, it's probably D. Because Jon Doe, like, Doe, D, and all that stuff. So,
what's his real name, though?
No, Jon Doe is just a name to not reveal his true identity. And what?
No, you go.
Oh, so I think he's like, he sent out, but he may not be like an officer with the LAPD. He could be a private detective too. That's like,
I think that's more like it.
Like,
or an ex.
No, well, so like in Stranger Things, Murray Bauman, he's a private investigator. He used to work on the police force, or he used to be like an actual detective for the police force, but now he does it like freelance.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's more what he is.
I feel like that's what he is, but
an actual officer.
Yeah, so he's not like actually part of the LAPD, but he's like a private detective.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is very sus. The key thing, him knowing the key, definitely. And then he has the same one. That's weird. Where does it go? Stuff like that. I didn't know that, like, I guess with the bases, when they talked about, like, oh, this is all like one building, but then split up into different things. When I heard that the first time, I thought, oh, so then probably it was like all like the same thing,
like all open, like just like a giant warehouse almost.
So I guess I was wrong, but also right.
Well, the thing is, when it was first built, like there was no interior to it, and then they probably built like walls, like to split them up.
Yeah.
With all that, and then but they were probably all connected at some point, like, and then as individual tenants came in, they decided, okay, well, we're gonna close this off, not have them be connected.
Or when this stuff, like, say when the investigation kind of shut down for this, if there was one. I don't know. I'm thinking that this is a group. So, I don't know. So my theory for all of this is that there was a group, let's call them a mafia or something like that, kind of with the LAPD. Not that it's bad, like, not that the LAPD is bad, but that there are, kind of bad members or, kind of stuff like that in them. And I think that there was that, and they kind of shut it down. But Cyphus is the last of them, and he's trying to, like, kind of keep it alive or kind of get the remnants of the old gang or mafia that they had and then start his own.
But why though? Like, why would he need that stuff to restart it?
I'm thinking, well, because we know that there's something about brainwaves, or no, not like, yeah, there's
mind control, MK Ultra.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's different scientific studies going on in the mafia to kind of, I don't know, like, kind of make them have different abilities, or I don't know, kind of just like to, I don't know. I think we need to know more about this gang that I think D will tell Matt about.
So, okay, my theory is, so basically, MK Ultra back in the 50s, all those papers. And I saw this thing on the Reddit where basically, like, and because D said there are multiple mountaineers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also saw, like, they like use like different like they used cars. They had like the brainwave things on cars or like on mountains and stuff like that. So what if the mountaineers are used for that purpose?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they have multiple. That's why there's multiples.
Yeah.
And so maybe the reason Cyphus brought it to that specific place was that was like the place it was supposed to be set up.
Like, that's kind of like the home base, or
no, yeah, like, no, not like home base, but like with like different beacons, like you have to like set them up in like sometimes in a certain place. So like, let's say you have 3 beacons, you have to set them up in like a triangle, so then like it all like it's all perfect, like it forms perfectly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like where that one is supposed to go, or where one is supposed to go, and there's like multiples for something. Because there's a power plant near it.
Mm-hmm.
Near that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that kind of ties into what I'm thinking, that maybe instead of just in that base, like in that warehouse or whatever it was, there's a kind of the symbol or whatever that keeps showing up.
Yeah.
With the snakes, that's a mafia or a team.
A logo.
Yeah, that it's like company. I don't know, like a group. We'll just call them a group of people that are trying to do something with the brainwaves and with the injection gun, trying to inject themselves so that it doesn't affect them, but it affects other people. And then, stuff like that where it's, keys. I don't really know how the key, I guess, you need keys to go to the bases and all of that.
Or there's the keys unlock stuff or like stuff like that. But also I was thinking like, so back in the 50s, and then like in around like the 70s is when MK Ultra, kind of shut down.
Mm-hmm.
What if maybe there was like people who were part of that wanted to keep the experiments going but were shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So then they, rented out that whole office space. Like all of the offices that were connected and all. And then they put stuff in the walls and ceilings and then to keep them safe just in case something happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe they were caught.
Yeah.
Or they decided to, or like their lease was up, but they didn't have enough money, so they were kicked out, and then they didn't have enough time to gather everything.
Or I'm thinking they were first a kind of like scientists. They were first scientists trying to do this experiment, and then it kind of got out of hand, and then they kind of found this thing. They found brain, the remote brain control or whatever, MK Ultra and all that. And I think then they found it and they wanted it to themselves instead of for America or the purpose that they were trying.
Well, back then the Soviet Union.
So I think they tried to have it for themselves. So then they started a group with the logo, the symbol. They started that, and then they got shut down. They got arrested, kind of dispatched, and all that. But then there's still this one Cyphus.
Or maybe going off my theory, they were part of MK Ultra, either test subjects or whatever. Or, there are people who want to keep MK Ultra alive, so they decided to start doing their own tests, like what you're saying, and then in the lab, and then they made them, they did the test on themselves, and Cyphus was one of those people, and he needs, maybe, the thing to keep his powers or, do whatever, keep him safe from the tests or help the test and stuff like that. And then somehow, but his group had all those office buildings, and then either they were their lease got, and then they were kicked out, and that could explain why there was also the previous sentence in New Red Base, where maybe they just I wonder if they were maybe also testing stuff like that, or they were just the lab.
Mm-hmm. I think just, kind of what I'm thinking, or what I'm kind of sure about, or whatever, is that Cyphus, whatever that last member, the person who keeps showing up, the stalker, he is trying to restart something. He's trying to restart what they did back in the 60s, whether it's MK Ultra, whether it's the mind control, whatever. He's trying to find the pieces. He's trying to gather everything, and then
he's trying to build those he's trying to rebuild the mind control towers.
Yeah, he's trying to. Well, whether it's that or something else, he's trying to reform something.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he has new members. He's gonna try to get, people connected, and maybe something that the government didn't want to talk about, kind of classified, and then that's why the LAPD doesn't really want to help that high five or this case, because it's classified.
It's all classified information. Mm-hmm. And definitely that's a pretty good theory. But yeah, so basically, D told them all these things, like, well, not a lot of things, but also like some things, like, they're probably gonna get a VPN, so then they can actually like talk more about stuff,
Maybe meeting in person.
or like have a drop off location where D drops off something and then they go there and pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like D is trying to keep his identity super secret.
Yeah, definitely. And I think D, just gonna say it now. I'm thinking D is an older, person, older individual, because he was an officer or some connected to what was back then in the 60s, and then now is still alive.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, maybe he was used to be MK Ultra,
or he or she. We don't know.
Well, the reason I say he is because he used Jon Doe.
Yeah.
If it was a girl, she would probably use Jane Doe.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what you want them
Yeah.
to think. Yeah.
But I definitely think like it's crazy. Do you have any more theories? Like,
no, I think that's really one thing that I want, I don't know, very long shot. If anything, if anybody connected to High Five is listening to this, because we don't really know. But I'm just thinking that it's not, now that it's this video kind of became real to me. I'm more on the fence of that this is actually all real for the first time. Not really for the first time, but I'm thinking this is more and more real because there's more and more. It's kind of all connecting. So I think there's, I think that they are in danger, and they either need to have something like a secretive place, or kind of become more safe, or they're gonna get hurt soon.
Sounds like a threat. Sounds like you're the one.
I'm not threatening. I'm thinking that somebody else is gonna hurt, and I think it's been almost 1,000 days, as they were saying, since they found the first key.
Yeah.
And I think that it's great. I'm like, amazing that they've gone this far without anybody getting hurt, with the stalker even coming in. But I think this is getting so much out of hand that I don't want them to get hurt, and I want them to get something.
So
it's really easy for them to bomb or something like that.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas of what they could do. So what I think they should do is, because as you know, a couple months ago they got like that thermal camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they should go around all the offices, or just Red Base, but I think Red Base, because I feel like Red Base is the place where a lot of things are happening now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, I feel like there's more things in Red Base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's newer.
It's newer.
Bigger.
I feel it's bigger. I think and they just got it too, so they haven't really set up anything there yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should try and go around Red Base with that thermal camera, and look at the walls, and if they know, oh, that's just like electrical or stuff like that, they'll know. But with things out of the ordinary, and look for things out of the ordinary, because if something there, it's not going to be the exact same temperature. It's going to be a little bit off, and you'll still be able to see it. And if there's electronics inside of that, they would be able to see that because there'll be heat coming off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they should do that. Maybe even all the bases, look for safes, because they found one safe in the ceiling in Blue Blaze. I feel like they could find way more. I feel like there's
the 863 key.
Yeah, also the 863 key. I feel like there's more than they have right now, because they're just not looking.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Red Base, who big brain idea, or I guess notices realization, is that they found the red box, they found the red case of keys, which that's kind of when it became real. That's the first key video of
2020.
And then they found that red box, which led them to the Red Mountaineer. And then Cyphus broke in and planted that box. So I think that all kind of, red base is kind of like the key. There is the red grid that they had for the ghost video, and that's the biggest thing I feel like that happened. Remember?
In red base?
Yeah, the overnight video.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just didn't realize what you were going with.
So I think that all means one color, red. Do you know what the color of blood is? I'm just saying, high five isn't safe. There's a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling about this, okay? And I feel like I don't want to lose anybody at high five. I don't want this to go the bad way. It's all been like rainbows and butterflies. Oh, this is so much great content. Wow, great. Until now, when it actually became real. And now I'm like, I don't want anybody to get hurt, okay? So, yes, spread the word. Go on Reddit and post what I said. Or not exactly, but, I feel like Matthias and all of High Five has to be safe. Because, things are getting out of hand.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what specific things are getting out of hand?
The fact that Cyphus could break in at any point.
Yeah, but he probably wouldn't break in when people are there.
Yeah, but and then the rerouter, they can't even get a hold of the police, or at least the cops. Maybe not 911, but the cops won't even really help them investigate this stuff. And then he could do anything. He could plant something. He could be in a base. He could get in, be in a base, and then be in there while, kind of hide while they're in it, and then go and do something to one of them. I think it's just not safe. Somebody could get hurt if he really wants to move them away, because, I feel like strike 2 is going to happen. I feel like something bad is going to happen because they're just kind of getting in his way.
I have an idea for what they could do. Let's say they find another camera and case.
Mm-hmm.
So what if Cyphus already knows they tricked him with the stakeout and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they try to trick him again, but differently. So instead of oh yeah, we're gonna stake out, and then so he has to either make sure maybe make sure that nobody's there, maybe have him literally show them leave, be super okay, time to leave, and then they actually don't come back to the office, but they wait around the corner of it, and then they set up a camera for where the safe was or whatever they find, and then they basically have eyes on him, and then they can basically catch him in the act and call 911.
Yeah, but
when he's inside the base, call 911.
But how he got in last time because of a key fob. If he has a key fob, and they still have wood, it's not like they're going to deactivate it, or maybe they already did, I don't know. But I think if he gets in through a key fob, which is pretty possible, then that's why they didn't call the police before, because it's you call, oh my gosh, somebody got in and they have a key fob. And it's well, they have a key fob, then, that's kind of your problem. He's not really breaking in because they stole his key.
So if somebody finds keys to cars, keys to a house, they open the house and go inside. Are they breaking in, or do they have the right to get into the house?
Yeah, but why did they not call the police last time when he broke in?
I don't know.
So I think it's because of the key fob, and yeah.
But they could specifically have a locked door. Like lock the door, so then he would have to break the doors. And then he would be breaking their property, which is actually like breaking in.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I think something's up. Something has to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to try to catch him in the act again.
Yeah, I mean, for content and then just to do that would be fun.
And maybe also, they probably have, security now.
Yeah.
So they could definitely I wonder if they're gonna have like one security guard like at one of the bases, or like 3 different security guards at each base.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm wondering. But yeah, Asher, any more theories or any other ideas, or before we go?
No.
Okay.
I think see you next week.
Yeah, so that is it for this episode. Some crazy things happened this week with Matthias. Asher, anything else you have to say?
I think that Matthias should get on a basis or whatever of when we know when he's uploading videos. So like say 2 videos and then a trailer before each of the videos or something like that.
Well, it's kind of difficult because like what Matt was saying, like, oh, we have to make sure like everything's safe, so they don't release information that is too sensitive at the time.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, more stuff to come.
Yeah. But yeah, that is it. Thank you all for listening. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram at the Matthias Fancast. Link in the description below. Yeah. Go listen to our other podcasts. What About That and Dude Perfect Fancast. Link in the description below. Yeah, that is it. Thanks for listening. Hope you all have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time you're listening.
Yeah.
So that is it. High five. Good night.